Hey YouTube, it's Grace, and in this week's video I'm going to be painting over another one of my Minecraft doors. I already redid the one in my bedroom, and I redid this one, and a couple weeks ago you probably noticed that I did this one as well. And that means that I only have one left because I painted a total of 4 of them in my house, and that is this one. I don't know how many people remember this because I did this like Minecraft block painting series before I really started posting on YouTube. I did it on TikTok, but I have like 2 full walls that are just random blocks, and then I have this door, which I think I painted this in like fall, winter of 2020. I'm not entirely sure, but as you can see, the paint was not the best quality, and this door is in desperate need of some TLC, so that is what we're doing this week. Now, instead of jumping straight into painting, I'm going to do what I did for my last door painting video and kind of catch you up to speed with how I got to this point, just in case any of you want to use this video as a tutorial. So you start off with the door, right? The first thing you need to do is figure out your measurements. So most standard size doors in the US are 30 inches wide and 80 inches tall. The door that I am about to paint is a little bit weird. It's actually 24 inches wide, so it's like thinner, but it's the same height. The next thing you need to know is that Minecraft doors are 16 pixels wide and 32 pixels tall. So when you're figuring out how big your grid needs to be on the door, you take your width. So most people in the US, it's gonna be 30, but for me, it's 24. And then you divide it by 16, and that gives you the width of each pixel. Then you take the height, which is 80 inches. In most cases, I would recommend measuring your door just to be sure, and divide that by 32, and that gives you the height of each pixel. Once you have those numbers, what you can do is make a mark all the way down on all 4 sides and all the way across in those intervals or measurements, and connect those lines using some sort of straight edge. I just like to use a yardstick. Before you actually draw out the grid, however, I highly recommend cleaning off your door because paint sticks better to a clean surface. And another optional step is primer. I like to prime my doors just with a white primer because I find that the paint shows up a lot better. But once your primer's dry, then draw the grid. Now, since I have not touched this door in like 4 years almost, I'm going to clean it again before I add another coat of paint, just because it is very dusty and kind of gross. And for that, I'm just going to be using Fabuloso. That actually wasn't quite as bad as I feared it would be, but it was still kind of gross, so I'm very glad that I did that. Now, normally I would jump straight into painting after this dried or whatever, but I am a college senior in April, and I'm a little bit burnt out from my classes today, so I'm going to start it probably this weekend, so I will see you then. Okay, so actually, I lied. It's the next day, but I like have a few hours in between my class and my internship, and I don't have anything to do, so I figured I may as well just start painting. I'm gonna start by mixing the darkest brown color, which I'm going to be using raw umber and black. It's going to be hard because I'm mixing the colors in a completely different room with different lighting than the door I'm painting. So hopefully this turns out good. I'm just going to mix a little bit to start, just in case it doesn't match at all, and then I can fix it easier. Also, the layout of this part of my house is really awkward, and there's literally no place for me to set up my tripod that actually sees the door. I mean, this sort of works, but also I'm left-handed, so I don't know how much my hand blocks of what I'm trying to work on. I don't know what to do. The colors of this new paint look so much richer than the other ones. I don't know how else to explain it. But next I'm going to mix this dark brown color. I ended up using a combination of these 3 colors to mix this color, which is slightly darker than what was there before, but because the other one I added is also darker and richer, I think it's gonna look fine. Here is my progress so far after adding those 2 colors. The glare from the light down here is so awful. I don't know how to show you. There, that sort of works. The colors definitely look a bit darker than they did the first go around. I just think that's because the lighting in here is a lot different and honestly worse than in my art room. But the colors are a lot richer, I feel, and I'm really liking how they look so far. The next thing on this door that I want to redo are these shades of yellow, which are like completely transparent. They just look so bad. So I'm gonna mix 3 colors in total. One is just gonna be your pretty standard yellow, and then we're gonna have like a goldish one, and then a darker, like more bronzy one. I ended up using these 2 colors and mixed this, and this. I might add another coat of paint here once this is dry, but it's already looking so much better. Hello, it's the next day now. I just finished adding another coat of the yellow shades and now I'm gonna mix the next brown. So it needs to be a bit lighter than this, but it still needs to blend into this. So this is the color I ended up with, and I'm not gonna lie, the lighting and the glare over by that door is so bad. I can't even tell if this looks good or not, but I'm just gonna trust the process because I know it's lighter than this, so I'm just gonna hope that it works. So I finished the color I was just working on and then left it to dry for a bit, and I think it actually turned out alright. So let's move on to this one. After a little trial and error, I ended up with this color, which all three of these that I've used on the door so far, I've mixed with a different combination of these. You know, you'd think that since I've been left-handed for the past 22 years, I would be smart enough to paint right to left. I'm not. This is the next color I'm going to be using, which I mixed 2 of the lightest browns I already mixed, as well as some purple in there. This one. Okay, this one also took some trial and error, but I mixed a lighter, warmer brown color. I used a little bit of this, but mostly the dark titanium white and raw sienna. Here's the current setup where I'm trying to see what I'm doing. I have like the base colors done on the door and I think they look pretty decent. Some spots look lighter, but that's just because I touched them up and they're not dry yet. But the lines look so much better. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go in and add some blending colors in between here and here, just so that it looks a little bit more pixelated and detailed. But until then, I realized there's something else I need to do, which is like cleaning the area around the door because our basement is not finished. It is kind of gross in some spots, and if I'm going to be photographing this and putting it on the internet, especially like the finished product, I want it to look nice, so I'm going to do that. Hello, next day now. I finished the cleaning yesterday and it looks way better in my opinion. So today I'm just gonna work on a few finishing details, which are gonna be 2 different blending colors. And the way that I'm going to blend them out is just by taking 2 of them and then mixing them 50-50 to get a transition color and using that to pixelate out in between those color blocks. And long at last, the door is done. I think these blending colors and last minute details were the perfect addition to this painting. It's not, you know, completely dry yet, but you know, we're almost there. Here's how it looks from further away. I think it looks really neat next to the wall. Desi, what do you think? I don't think she cares. But this was my last door painting project of my whole house. I have all 4 of them redone now. The difference in lighting between this room and the bathroom and this lamp I have here kind of made the color mixing difficult, but I think I did a pretty good job overall. If you would like to see a higher quality photo of the door painting that I just did, then it will be on my Instagram here. Also on here is a ton of my other art if you are interested in checking it out. But I think that concludes this video. Also, yes, I've seen your comments about Minecraft adding new paintings, and yes, I will be making them. I will be extending the series. Hopefully I can start that here in the next few weeks. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!